we're live. Welcome everybody to the first episode of Laguna Studios Live. And we are launching our brand new, very sexy comic, Hearteater, today. And Lori's here and Katie's here. How's that?
I was about to say it doesn't sound sexy. The title. For people with no context.
That's fair. That is fair.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
it is very sexy though.
But
Lori, you wrote it, so why'd you pick such an unsexy title?
I don't. Listen. Okay, we're going in deep, I guess.
It'll make sense.
It does make sense. I guess I thought of the characters first, and I don't want to give anything away, but yeah, there's just I wanted her to be a badass, and there's a bunch of badass stuff that she does woven into the universe of the sexiness. So, Hearteater is the badass aspect of it. We'll find out why.
It seems like an unsexy title, but when you read the first issue, you will not think that anymore.
Right.
Every pirate's gotta have a cool name though.
Right? Yeah. Remember Stardust? When Robert De Niro's character explains the whole name thing?
Right.
That's
you need to have a scary name. If you don't, then how do you gain a reputation?
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, I'm not saying it's not true, the reputation, but we'll find out.
Exactly. So, I don't know. Okay, so we have a bunch of, I have all of the covers. I'm only putting up the, I just so that we don't get ban-hammered by YouTube. I only put up the ones that have her in clothes up, but yeah, I've got all of them queued up and ready to go, so we can look at those now while we're waiting, because we're gonna launch this here shortly, or we can talk about what the story's about. So I'm gonna let one of you guys pick, because I'm trying to concentrate on too many things at once here. There we go.
Oh, I was trying to make a banner. Let's make Katie pick.
Make Katie pick. Do you want to look at the covers, or do you want to talk about what the hell this is about?
Well, I kind of want to see the covers. I mean, I've already seen them, but I think everyone else should see them because they are amazing and they're so beautiful.
And anyone joining, the campaign hasn't launched yet. We're going to launch at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, but you can go to that link there and follow the pre-launch, and you'll get an email as soon as it launches. I know we have a bunch of people who like to...
While you're waiting,
yeah,
chat with us. Ask us questions. We are here for answers.
Yeah. We have a lot of people who want to be first backer, because we give away prizes for that. We're going to continue that tradition, so...
It's like a really cool ass laser cut little plaque thingy. Who's gotten one? Fish has gotten at least one. Brad Arney and Andrew Duggan are just collecting them, I guess. They've won them. And
I want to see a display shelf.
Right? What are you guys using those for? I want to know. Wait, we send them out with little hangers for you to hang them up if you want to, but also you could use them as coasters. I don't know. It's yours. Once we give it to you, it's yours. You can do whatever you want with it. So
who has the most? Is it Andrew?
Ooh, excellent question. Ooh, I think I might have a...
Sarah would know. It's Andrew or Brad.
Yeah, I made a spreadsheet. I'm gonna look it up.
I think the closest I got to was second.
It's not Andrew. It's Brad. It's Brad Arney.
Brad.
Oh.
Yeah, he's gotten 3. And Andrew's gotten 2. And then Morgan, Daniel Calvin, Brian Lambert, and Fish all got 1. So we're gonna keep doing that. It's obviously not going to look the same because, new studio, but it will still be a cool laser cut plaque, and Jeffrey helps me with those, and he has been getting on my case about not using the wood that we're using. So now we're going to use nicer wood.
Hey, you get the rarity factor with this one because it's the first one from Laguna Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Jeffrey is bankrolling the wood. You've heard it here first.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, I'm fine with that, but like you got to pay the difference because oak is expensive. I'm just saying.
That was my next question: is what kind of wood are we doing? Like, like rare African.
We're slightly limited in what we can get locally here, but
oh sure.
I mean, I maybe after we make billions of dollars on Hearteater and all of our other upcoming titles, we'll start using the good stuff. We'll start using that at African mahogany with that feels like butter. Yeah, we'll just use that stuff. But until then, it's gonna have to be regular oak.
As long as it's
maybe
environmentally friendly. Nothing rare.
Jeff's gonna cut it down himself and carve it.
Jeff doesn't cut them. I cut them because I don't know if I don't trust him to cut it right, so much as it is he just doesn't want to do it.
No, he cuts the tree down. You cut the.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, he cuts the tree down, and then we'll work together to mill it, I guess, because.
Right.
How do you mill a tree? Yeah,
So,
now I gotta Google how to mill a fucking
watching.
tree. God.
I know we have people watching. Nobody's commenting. Talk to us.
Yes.
What's going
Yes.
on? Got,
Where
like,
are you? We
20
can
minutes
see that
before
you're
we actually
watching us.
launch.
We can see you.
Stop being creepy.
Well, while we're waiting for somebody to chat with us, let's look at some covers.
Show some.
And we'll talk about the cover, we'll talk about the story a little bit, I guess, while we're looking at these covers. So this is the main cover, and it's by Kari, and I don't remember her last name, I'm sorry.
Salviejo.
Thank you. I've only typed it like a million times, you'd think I'd remember. But I don't.
I don't remember people's
Y'all
names.
should be just shocked that I even remember my own name sometimes.
Why do people even have names? It's a waste of time.
Yeah. I mean, hey you, works fine.
I like the sky on this one.
Yeah, it's like galaxy,
Yeah.
sunset, something. I don't know what's going on here.
I love that it's like this life-threatening monster is gonna like potentially eat her, and it's just like this beautiful, peaceful sky.
And she doesn't look terribly concerned about
She
it
doesn't look
either.
terribly concerned. She's gonna kill it. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, everything's fine. And yeah, like the colors are great. It's so pretty. Do you get like fatigue when you look like Katie? Okay, so we're gonna, spoiler alert, Katie did a cover for us. It's like when you look at these things that you're working on for ages, do you get fatigued and stop seeing the pretty stuff on it? And
Yeah.
like it's just another piece of art now, and it kind of blends and fades.
By the time I've actually finished something, I usually can't stand the sight of it because it takes so long for me to do anything because of all the details in it. But like after I've had about a week or two away from it, then I start liking it again. So
That sounds right. That sounds because I have trouble with that sometimes too. But especially if we're talking about something that I'm painting or drawing, I'm not very good at it. So I just absolutely hate it by the end. So for somebody with more skill, such as yourself, I can imagine you hate it slightly less. I hope, or maybe you hate it more. Is it the higher your skill level is, the worse you hate it when you're working on it?
Well, it depends how much grass is in it, because if I have to paint grass, I hate it so much.
How much grass? Okay, that's a good answer. Good answer. Okay.
Especially if it's painting in like acrylics, because I just hate painting grass so much.
Do you want to look at the B cover, or do you want to wait for Ian to get here so we can talk about it with him?
Yeah, I guess we should wait. We can show the interiors.
Yeah, well, I'll try and skip past this one really quick. Oh, that didn't work, did it?
No.
I had a nude in there, but it was covered, so it's fine.
It was so fast. Maybe no one noticed.
It's fine.
It's
Everything's
this
fine.
booty be censored version anyway, so it's okay.
Well, I do everything that's in this folder is thankfully all censored anyway. So whatever I have that is nudies is still censored, so we'll be okay.
I love this cover. I love the lighting in it and the sort of the colors. It's the muted color scheme. I really like it.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think that like sexy factor, this might be my favorite one.
Yeah.
I think.
I love her face in this one too. It's just really confident. It's sexy. It's
Mm,
powerful. Power
Yeah.
pose.
I like her dreads as well.
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
And the headscarf's really good too. I just noticed that. It's like, has it got beads on it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, Cody killed this. I was
Yeah.
really, and he gave us multiple versions of it too. Like he had given me like a full nude version and a nude version with just her belts on, and we were like, "Oh, the belts are cool though." Like,
Oh,
just leave
I was just looking
Mm.
at the belts. The belts have got such a nice texture.
them so
the,
cool. Yeah.
Shiny.
The full nude is great, but I don't know. We ended up going with the one with her wearing the belts, her gun belts, and her sword belt because it's just really hot. That one is just really hot.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
that's. I don't even think I asked when I was putting the graphics on the covers. I think I just was like, yeah, this is definitely the best one. And then I was like, oh, by the way, to Lori, and yeah, but then we were both like, no, this is the best one.
Oh yeah. Instant agreement. Yeah.
And all right, next we have
Dravicus.
Dravicus. Yes, I see. Good for me remembering anything ever.
I didn't notice the shark fins before. But that's quite a good touch.
That
The
yeah.
shark- and the monsters coming up from the sea. I remember you showing us the sketches for this, the thumbnails for this, and we were trying. This was the one we were trying to decide on the right pose, right? And
Yeah, he gave us thumbnails and we were trying to pick a pose, but like there was a pose we didn't like as much, but it had shark fins on it, and I was like, no, we need to keep the shark fins though, because that's fucking awesome. It's just,
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
it's a really funny idea. I like it.
I like the ship on that one as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think that this is one of only 2 of the covers that have the bird, that have the raven in them. Which we'll learn about the
I
raven
think
in a
3
minute.
of them. I think
Is there
3 of them
3?
have it.
Well, they all should have them in it because the raven's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, so the colors on this one are really fun too, and I don't know if I like the green tentacle monster better in Kari's or the pinky colored one in this one. But
I think the pinky one looks a bit more gross, but I don't know.
fleshy.
More
Yeah.
flesh piece style, kind of. Yeah.
Looks a bit more monstery, maybe.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's
And like, I didn't give anybody the tentacle colors. Like, I don't know why people have similar tentacle colors. They did not see each other's colors.
it just happened that way.
Great minds think alike.
Everybody's
Hey, you're
right.
right. This is another. I forgot that this one had the raven on it too. So
Everybody's like, well, it's a sexy book, so let's make the tentacles
Yeah.
sort of like penis colored.
I didn't realize there was an option to put tentacles in, but never mind.
I didn't tell anybody there was. Everybody just did that on their own. So
Yeah.
everybody sick mind. I don't know.
Everybody just likes tentacles.
Right.
gross. Gross. You guys are sinners. You're all going to hell. I'll save you a seat. All right.
And in hell, there's going to be more tentacle demons.
Probably. I mean, unless you're into that, then it won't be there. That won't be a thing if you're into
Yeah, if
it.
they're into it, don't threaten
Oh,
them
right.
with a good time.
That's how hell works. Right.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot.
What is the classic, the book, the Dante's Inferno, that very, very thoroughly describes every circle of hell, and I don't remember tentacles being in there, but there is one that specifically says it's your worst fear or something, I think.
How are tentacles not? Wow. Alright.
I don't know. I didn't write it.
Maybe because everybody likes tentacles?
Now this one looks familiar.
Yeah, it looks very familiar to me.
It looks so familiar, you're fucking sick of it, I bet.
Well, I'm quite glad it's finished, but yeah, I am quite proud of it. So it's
It came out very, very nice. It looks
It's fucking awesome. I can't wait I mean, spoiler alert, but we're offering 11 by 17 prints of all the Virgin covers, so we should get to see it nice and blown up too, and see all the detail that you put into the stone. Whenever Katie has a piece on a campaign, I like to try to offer a poster so that all of the hours she put into detail are worth it, so people can see it.
All of the feather details that I did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like the shield on the shield of the thing that you did for Damien for the Sundering.
Oh yeah.
And it had all these little microscopic scratches and battle damage, and it's like, but when we print it small, nobody's ever gonna see it. It's so sad.
I know it's there though.
The characters, but like when you look at it though, it's just that's without them that being there would be less character in the piece. So even though you can't see the specific scratches, it's the reason that it looks so good.
Yeah.
That's just it.
I gave her like sun bleaching on the end of her dreads as well, because I was looking at pictures of dreads like, oh yeah, that happens with dark hair, doesn't it? So
yeah, and it makes it look more natural. It looks good. It's good.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that. There's so many layers of what would happen. You know, you're sitting on a ship in the sun and getting hit with salt water all the time. Like, it probably, it changes your clothes, it changes your hair, your skin.
Yeah.
I would imagine so, yeah. But yeah, like this is a web handy, like this is gonna look super shitty when I zoom into it because it's resized.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's really resized.
Yeah, like it doesn't look this crappy, like it's all pixely and yucky looking, but it doesn't look like that. It's like if you order the print, it's gonna look, because Katie made it at like 1,000,000 inches wide or something. I don't even remember. It's a big poster size.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Katie.
Yeah, we got some cool art on this.
Okay, let's get that down here, because next in here is I've got pictures of the pages that we're gonna look at here. I don't know. Do you want to look at those now?
Yeah, we might as well.
We're only gonna give you 3 sample pages for this because we want you to buy the book. So can't show away too much.
It's kind of important, yeah. Interior art, of course, of Kari Salviejo, and colors are by Patty Arroyo. Both really awesome. Patty is kind of both an artist and a colorist. So, and when I saw her artwork, like she colors in like a half painterly, half comic kind of way, which I thought would work better for this. To give it kind of that, romantic, erotic, surreal kind of feel, as opposed to just like a Marvel blast you in the face colors and shading.
No, I really like the colors in this. It's such a beautiful comic.
Softening it up gives it that more fantasy vibe than the harsher lines of the comic style color, like the traditional comic style coloring. Definitely. Yeah. I'm not gonna tell you what's going on in this one either.
But I love the bottom panel.
Yes. Oh, I used the bottom panel on pretty much everything that I made. Like all the promotion stuff, I used the bottom panel. I love the
expressions. She just looks, yeah.
This one's gonna look shitty when I zoom in again. Nope.
Yeah, Kari and I had a lot of back and forth on the facial expressions because I really wanted their personality to come through with minimal dialogue, because there isn't a lot for the first chunk of the book. Like, it's her. You have to kind of figure out what's going on in her head without seeing it, because I don't want to sit there you don't want to sit there and read exposition. You want to look at this art and see what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So facial expression work has to be really strong. Also, letters are by Saida Timafonte. She's amazing. She does work for DC and Marvel too, and I've worked with her in Chimera Press and a bunch of other projects. She's always super easy to work with. Super fun.
Very cool. And Saida also did the logo, which I don't think I have in here. Saida did she did the bulk of the work on that. believe I didn't, because like the logo turned out so freaking cool, and then I didn't even put it into here. Duh. Let me find something that I got here.
Something I was trying to aim for with this, because I'm a big D&D fan and always have been, is to kind of get a hybrid of, a typical pirate adventure, like a Pirates of the Caribbean, and then Dungeons and Dragons, in terms of, sort of bards and rogues and adventurers and how that kind of thing works and combined. Because it's, I'm inventing it. Who cares? It doesn't have to be realistic. So there's plans for, magic and stuff like that. It's not just going to be a realistic pirate book.
Fantasy pirate.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, I mean
that gives such a lot of scope for new storylines as well. I mean, like, if you add magic into anything could happen, like literally anything. So it's a good sort of a world that you can put things into. Oh, I love this page.
I love the lighting on this page.
Look at is it bokeh that you call it in the background with the lights?
Oh yeah, the bokeh effect. Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I think it's because to me it looked like the embers of the fire flickering out.
Yeah.
And it really makes it's. I mean, obviously we're getting into the sexy part of the book here with this page, and it's really setting the mood, which looks. I mean, with the sparkling embers and that bokeh type effect looks really cool. With this, it's really it helps. It gives a softness to the mood of anything really, of any not just this page specifically, but anything that you add it to it softens the way it looks. So it works.
I really like his hair in the bottom panel, just the way it sort of floats and curves.
I mean, like, obviously my favorite part of this panel is the pissed off face in the corner here.
He's so done.
But yeah, this whole you can clearly tell where things are going in this whole page.
Yeah.
So
she's very good at drawing the body language.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, this was a page that we reworked a couple of times to get the faces kind of, because there's like a fine line between it looking goofy and it looking romantic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same with the dialogue, the script. As you guys know, we were working through that a bit. But I think that she landed on something really good with this page.
Yeah, it looks really good.
This is Lori's concept and Lori's story idea. Katie and D-Fish and I kind of swung in to help her with some dialogue, but this is Lori's story, and I think we all knew that we were gonna have trouble with the dialogue, particularly the sexy times parts, making it not sound cheesy and stupid. I don't think any of us really appreciated it until we actually tried to do it.
Right. Well, it's like, because we also, as people watching may or may not know, we also fulfill comics. We ship comics for other companies, and I've read a lot of like sexy books, sexy comics, and I wanted to make sure that the sexy dialogue, well, all the dialogue, but the sexy dialogue especially, was not necessarily written from the male gaze, because you end up with a lot of like just terrible, no offense guys, but there needs to be like a finesse to it, and some sexy comics don't have that. It's just kind of like, well, there's sex in it, like we don't need to, like, the dialogue to get from A to sex, like it doesn't matter because there's sex, but like I wanted to actually make it at least fun to read.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think one of the few comics that I've seen that does it well is Alfie. Because there's actually a compelling story behind that you want to follow, whereas like some of the comics, it's like just so cringy before you even did it. It's just all about the sex. It's but the actual dialogue doesn't really matter, and you can tell that they don't really care about it. So
Yeah,
all
not
the
even
story.
Not even just comics. Like, have you ever picked up a romance novel that turned out to be just so awful?
Yes.
I mean, maybe it is just a man thing. Like, they don't need all that storyline, but doesn't the storyline make it better?
Yeah, well, it's not even a storyline thing. Like, there doesn't need to be like
The dialogue, yeah.
like a sweeping lead up, but like when you talk to someone, like it needs to, like the conversations need to sound like, when you say them out loud, they should sound like something you would say.
Yeah, they don't. If you're like
Your
going
character
ugh after you're done saying that out loud, then it's not a good line.
Right. If you say it out loud and you laugh at yourself, it's probably not good.
Yeah. And that was the part that we all, I think it got to the point where it was, at first it was embarrassing, and then it was a little bit infuriating, and then it just became hilarious because we were just like, what do you put in these that doesn't sound stupid?
Right. And like in real life, there's only so many words that real people use for penis. Like romance novels, there's some words.
Oh my god.
Like that's just not a thing, and it shouldn't be done. It's just like, we don't need shit like that in this book.
I don't know. I mean,
agree.
there was quite a lot of historical names for it, though. I mean, if you look back through like linguistic history, some of the names are absolutely hilarious when you look back at them now. I like
All right, Katie, I need a list. I need a list of these names immediately. Now I know that you know them now. Okay. So it's 4:30. It's 5:30. It's 5:30. I'm in Central Time. It's 4:30 here, but it's 5:30. So we should launch. So let's do that.
Okay.
And while we're waiting for Lori to punch a bunch of buttons, let's because I just saw that Ian popped in, so let's just say hi to Ian. Hello. I think we might have some internet difficulties here.
Oh my god! I just found a list.
No, Katie.
We have a list.
It's Plum Tree Shaker's a good one. I like that one.
Wait, what?
Plum Tree Shaker. It's a yeah.
Like that's a medieval word.
I don't know. It said it was about a century. That's about 150 years ago.
Okay.
So, yeah. The Silent Flute. Shaft of Delight. Oh no, I'm just going to stop reading this because this is going to make me laugh.
I think Ian's having some technical difficulties. The Plum Tree Shaker broke him.
Of course, as soon as Ian gets on the stream, we're talking about dicks.
Yep. Oh,
He's
it's giggling.
He does seem to have that effect on us, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's gonna be
Phone a phone. Okay, that's not an old one, but yeah.
Okay,
I'm not 13, honest. Just giggling at it.
All right, we are live. I think we already have backers. Sorry, I'm a little behind here because I was clicking some buttons.
Oh, Matt's in the comments. Hey, Matt.
First, ahoy, sexy mateys.
Hey, Matt.
Wow, we've got 2 backers, and I didn't even get it up on the screen, and we got 2 backers. That's so cool. So,
Awesome.
is this going to be one of those things where I'm going to have to keep refreshing it? Because it didn't want to refresh there. I don't know.
So, do we want to know who the first backer is? And the second backer?
Sure. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
First one is Daniel Calban. And the second one is Morgan Iverson. So Morgan's gonna be
Morgan's gonna be pissed. All right, should we see if Ian is having troubles here?
Oh, Morgan, I think he really wanted to be first backer on this one.
Yeah, he's gonna be pissed.
Now, Mike wasn't in here, so I guess Mike knew he wasn't going to be able to do it, but I think that Ian's having some internet issues. It kind of looks like his connection's bad.
Weird that he never has problems.
I've got mine stuck on my mobile data because my internet's just been awful today.
Good times. Ugh, we've been having random internet problems. Maybe that's just like a thing for everybody collectively lately, because we've been having internet problems too. Like, I hadn't, after we had that horrible, what was that, back last June or July, we had that horrible, like, it was a whole, like, week and a half, I think, where I couldn't upload anything. And of course, we were in the middle of a book, and I'm having to upload these humongous files so that Lori can look at them. And I'm like, I can't. I don't. It's broken. I can't.
Oh, it's back to the days of dial-up when it's like 1 year remaining.
Oh my god. Do you remember leaving did you ever, when you were in high school, like leaving the dial-up on overnight and hoping that you got up before your parents did so you could turn it off just to download a single song?
Yeah. Oh, we got 4 backers now.
What's going on?
Nice, thank you guys.
Well, we saw a lot of the stuff that we saw here, and now D. I wanted to highlight D's contributions to the writing here, because D was the one who kind of swung in and rescued our cheesy dialogue and helped us make it. It was like, once she got us started, we were all able to be like, oh yeah, and then make not cheesy dialogue, particularly for the sexy times part.
Mm-hmm.
And she also helped with this, with writing our elevator pitch, I guess, which was
right.
a super big help. Like, she claims to be terrible at it, but like, she's not.
She's not
Look at
terrible.
this. It's not. She's not. You can't trust a word she says. So, we saw these already, and you can go and look. It's down below, go.lagunastudios.net. Gets you straight here. And we already kind of talked about it. So I love that the only person in this list here that's a dude is Brian. Just Brian in there with the editing. I don't think he feels weird about it though, so.
No, I think he's cool about it.
I'm just, I don't know why I even have my phone on. I didn't turn it on silent, and it's like bing, 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 because of this launch going live now.
Mm-hmm.
So, these are the fun little. You can go look at the GIFs, watch them flip back and forth.
Oh, you can see the logo better now, though.
Yes, and the logo is so cool.
Yeah.
Side up knocked it out of the park there, and Katie did a little shine, a polishing job, I guess, on it.
I blinged it up.
Which, I don't know. It's like Saida did a great job, but that one that just really set it apart. Like it just. And I don't know if Ian's can come back. I don't know if he's trying.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we gotta look at his cover a little bit, right? Because, I mean, it's Ian Richardson, and he's never done a nudie cover before. Like, I don't know how long he's been doing comic stuff for 20 years. A long time.
Well,
he's been
not only comic stuff, but he's worked for Zenoscope, who are notorious for nudie covers, and he never did one for them.
Yeah,
so
can you believe that?
We get to claim that honor, which I'm very pleased about that.
Yeah, and then he accused us of corrupting him, which
I mean, he's not wrong.
I mean, I'm a little surprised that he was hanging out with us as long as he was and didn't get corrupted sooner, honestly. I mean,
you didn't corrupt me.
About some weird shit.
I was corrupted way before this.
I know, Katie and I met over My Little Pony, so it's hard to believe that we're just the big pervy weirdos that we are.
Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, but how long ago was that? That was like when I was a teenager, I think.
I don't want to think about that.
So for everyone tuning in late, these are all the covers. We have options. We have closed options, new options.
And because I already did all the work of making sure that the stuff was censored properly on these, like we can look at these.
Obviously, the censor banners won't be there in the print version.
Right.
Or in the digital, where we offer like a digital cover album PDF, of course, that nothing will be censored there.
And you can get a whole set of posters of all the covers too, if you want, and they come in the clothed and the nudie. So.
Right, we're offering 11 by 17 posters of all covers, all versions. They ship separately in a tube, so they don't get bent. We're also offering virgin metal prints. By virgin, I mean there's no logo on them, no logos, I should say, of every cover as well. So if you really like the art of a particular one, you want to hang it on your wall, and you want it to be metal, we'll be offering that too. I guess one thing that I really want to talk about is the fact that I'm offering cameo tiers on this Kickstarter, which I think is relatively unheard of in the sexy book sphere. But I thought it might be really cool to offer, both a background cameo and a sexy cameo, so you'll be able to have sex with somebody. We can't make any guarantees, but somewhere in issue 2, you get to have sex with somebody. We'll probably take some input, of course, from whoever backs that tier, if someone does, as to, what they like or what they want to be doing. You're not, you're not going to end up in a gratuitous position.
There's no guarantee that, because it has to be something that the artist is going to be okay drawing. So if you get too weird, we might have to turn you down. But it's unlikely that you're going to get too weird, I think.
There's probably limitations, like no kink shaming, of course, but
Oh my, you should do it. Now I need to see it.
That would be awesome, Matt.
I'm totally picturing Matt wanting one, in The Witcher with the famous scene where they're doing it on the back of a stuffed unicorn. He's got to be doing it on the back of a stuffed kaiju.
Ian's moving smoothly. Are you good now?
Hello.
Hi.
Shall we say we were having technical issues?
Happens.
You came in just when we started talking about penises, and then so
nice to see everybody. Good night.
But since your shit broke, since you've come back, we've stopped talking about them. So it was perfect timing for the glitch.
Oh, okay. Would you like me to go again until you finished?
I assumed when we invited you onto the stream that you knew what you were getting into on this, though. So it's really on you at this point.
It's okay.
Let's
It
be
was
honest.
only historical names for them.
Oh, okay. Let's be honest. It's not new territory, is it?
Nope. That's
How
fair.
old are you?
So, yeah. I'm wondering how many. I'm curious to see how many people go for because this is our very first sexy comic offering. So I'm curious to see how many people go for the clothed versions versus the nude versions on these, because you're looking at a price difference, but it's not huge. So I'm curious.
It was kind of. I was genuinely trying to find an eye patch to wear to do this, but came off wanting. Sorry to disappoint.
That's okay. Yeah, we tried to look for stuff. Yeah, none of us have, or I don't have stuff, and Sarah, I guess, didn't. We gotta figure something out for next. If this does well, we'll have to buy some costume shit for next time.
Yeah, no. I could have thrown something together, but I'm a sheep and I didn't want to be the only one.
I'll have to find my pirate stuff.
Yeah, no, I have some stuff, and we'll get there. We gotta build. I mean, it's weird that for all the years that, well, I mean, at least Lori and I don't know, Katie, you have your hat, but we've been doing cosplay like stuff for as long as I've known you. I mean, I think one of the first things that you ever asked me to do for you was sew a cape for a cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
So I make the stuff and then Lori wears it. But you'd think that we would have more stuff, is all I'm saying. Like, neither one of us have as much stuff as you would think that we have. To do
I
this.
mainly have the pirate stuff because there was a pub called the Moorings when I was at university, and if you dressed as a pirate, they gave you 10% off. So
Oh shit! I do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
fun.
Yeah.
there was like it was the meeting place of the pirate society in that city as well. So like the university student group was the pirate society, but unfortunately, well, it's not the Moorings now. It's called Krakatoa, and it's a tiki bar now. But I still miss it from being the old pirate bar.
But there's a pirate society. Hang on, like rewind a minute.
Oh yeah,
What?
the university had like student societies. So there was like the Toast Appreciation Society and like
Wait, toast
Hang on.
like cooked bread, toast appreciation?
yeah. They just ate toast a lot, I think. But yeah, no, there was definitely a pirate one. Because you used to see them sometimes, like just all in their gear in the Moorings, getting their discounts on their drinks. So
I'm gonna start a toast appreciation club. Do you think anybody would do that here? I mean, it's kind of a small town. But like, who doesn't like toast? Especially with like sugar and cinnamon on top.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What? So now Katie and I have started talking about like cheese on toast and beans on toast and things like that.
oh, I don't like beans, so
Beans on toast sounds awful.
Katie, you let me down.
What? Beans on toast sounds great. It looks great. Y'all are weird, man.
We're really talking connoisseurship here. If we have baked beans with grilled cheese over the top on toast.
Oh.
Okay,
See, that
I would
sounds
try
good.
that, but
I know. I'm fancy.
I've done some weird shit to grilled cheese, so I guess like beans isn't that weird. I put ramen on grilled cheese once just to see what would happen, and
Okay.
it makes an interesting sandwich. We'll go with that.
And beans are protein.
Yeah, beans. It's good. It's good.
I like other types of beans. I just don't like baked beans, but that's because like I didn't like them at school, and my teachers forced me to eat them. So because they're like you have to eat, before you can go back out of class. So this isn't
Well,
like a
basically-
junior school.
See, I'm feeling bad now for bringing up childhood trauma.
Yeah, you have bean trauma. That's terrible.
I
Bean
know.
trauma is awful. Yes,
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Something I
so-
should mention
Go.
too, because Ian is here. We are selling his original naughty inks for his cover on this campaign.
Let me.
There's
pull that up,
obviously
too.
only one of them. So
Okay. See, this is how prepared I am. So, are we allowed to show uncensored? Yeah, because it's all over the screen there. Because I bought it with me.
here, can we make
Alright,
it big?
Let me make you solo. Oh wait, are you doing it?
Ooh, that's nice.
Those are original inks
With original
of
pencils.
the
on
naughty
paper.
version.
And yeah, oh,
So, why wouldn't you want that?
No, seriously. And I have seen multiple of Ian's inks in person, and they look even better. Like,
Yeah, they're not bad.
I never get to see all the cool original art that you get. Like it always goes to Lori, and I never get to see it. And one of these days, I'm gonna snap. Okay,
I would
lash
just,
out irrationally.
wow.
I want to keep all of it so badly.
Oh,
I
right.
will-
See, that's the problem. That's why you can't send it to me because I was like, I don't know what happened. It got lost in the mail. Damn that USPS.
I will find you something and send you something. So
You know, it's funny. It's funny that even came up because Lori, do you remember this? Can't. It's. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah, the angry Ian, grumpy Ian.
I made your angry Ian into a pin. It's a homemade stupid little shrinky dink pin, but it's sitting right here because the cat keeps knocking it off the table where it was, and then the vacuum cleaner sucks it up because we have a robot vacuum.
Which is even funnier because it's just Ian sitting there looking grumpy and he's getting sucked into the vacuum.
Yeah, he got sucked into the vacuum. Of course he'd be grumpy.
Yeah. There's innuendos with that all over the place, and I'm not even going to go there.
Oh no.
How's the launch going so far? Anyway.
We got through all these pictures, so let's go back up to the top and see how we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
We got 27
Wow.
backers. That's in 20 minutes. That's cool. That's more than a backer a minute because I math good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, everyone who's back so far.
So, do you have, Ian, since your internet's cooperating, do you have any funny stories about drawing this, or having been asked to draw it or anything? Do you got any fun stuff to tell us about it?
Other than kind of what Laurie had already sort of alluded to, in like me doing 3 years of work on covers for a US publisher, Zenoscope, that's infamous for doing like cheesecake covers, and they do kind of spicy versions as well, which they call C-related. And 3 years worth of covers for them, and I've never ever done anything like this. This is my first ever adult cover.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Suitably honoured.
Well,
And it looks awesome. Like it's, yeah.
I'm genuinely really pleased with how it turned out. And like there's some super really nice, tasty colour touches that Edwin put on it as well.
Yeah, I find he works really well over your lines.
Yeah, and that came from working on Cinescope covers together as well. That's the first time I met Edwin. But just being sort of really nerdy about stuff, if anybody zooms in and looks at her left boot and how the sun goes across her left boot, that's chef's kiss stuff.
Yeah. The stuff that you're not looking at because you're looking at the boobs.
Yeah.
The other stuff.
I was because Katie knows how much I get mad because I can't do when I'm coloring, I can't do light for shit. So that kind of stuff. Like I was looking at that and I was like, Jesus, that looks exactly like how it would really do. I mean, I'm just so jealous.
So that just, I'm not entirely sure what that says about me. Everybody else is looking at it and a very attractive lady and boobs, and I'm looking at how the sun goes across her left foot.
It is really good, that though.
But they're sexy boots too, so I
That's
mean,
sexy boots.
there's a lot
That's true.
going on there that's pretty sexy, including the light.
Yeah. They're proper Captain America boobs, though.
Mm-hmm.
Funnily enough, the original Captain America boots are called Buccaneer boots.
Oh yeah.
So it works.
There you go.
I actually had to I sent your cover to Mike, so we're gonna be on Chat and Draw tomorrow. So mark your calendar for that. And I had to send him your cover because I'm like, shit, nobody else has got boots in there that like yours was the best picture of the boots, and Katie's was another good one, but like you had the best picture of her boots and her leg dressings, whatever those are. I don't know what those ripped up thigh highs.
Yeah.
I don't know what those are supposed to be. They're cool though.
You can't see the sword in mine though because it was kind of like behind her. So
That's the weird
Let me
thing,
trust.
isn't it?
Yeah, just once again, Katie. Nobody's looking at the sword.
Something we wanted to do with this too. Sorry, go
Pouring
ahead.
up a reference that Laurie sent and saying, right, okay, let's make sure we get the hilt right and the sword and stuff like that. And yeah, and the boots, and make sure that it's the tear in the leggings and stuff. And, oh yeah, boobs.
Right.
Yeah, Katie was talking to us about like, I don't know if I should put a ship in the background and like, and the water looks so weird. And I was like, Katie, nobody's gonna be looking at the water. It's fine. You don't have to put that much effort into it. It's fine.
No,
I
I'm with Katie and stuff. That was very nearly how I did it in the first place, and it's almost like a kind of cop-out angle that I don't have to draw too much of anything else.
Right. No, it looks fucking awesome though.
It's great.
Well, you say you like the boots. I like the rigging. the rigging going into the stairs. I really like that.
And there's that too.
Mm-hmm. I was going to mention too, what we did on this is on the naughty versions, we made the logo smaller. So the logos aren't blocking body bits.
Yes.
Which I don't think is a typical thing.
Nothing
What was that?
important is getting covered.
I didn't notice that bit.
Yeah, we decided to, because otherwise it would block some bits on some of the covers, so we decided to make it consistent. And I think it looks good. There's still branding on it, but it's showcases the art more.
And let's be honest, people who are going to want to buy the naughty version are going to want to buy it for that particular reason, to come and see the character and stuff.
Exactly.
So that makes sense.
Fantastic. So, we kind of looked at all the reward tiers here, but I don't know if we want to highlight any of those. We did the one with Ian's inks. What else do you? Where the hell is it? Why are there so many? I just feel like I've been scrolling forever already. Ah, there we go. So you get one of everything that comes before it, right?
In most cases, yeah.
What did that do? Oh. That's not what I wanted at all.
Yeah, they've upgraded kind of their shit, so...
I know, it was fun when we were putting the campaign together, wasn't it? That like halfway through we were building the campaign, and halfway through they changed the whole way that they do everything, so...
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That was fun.
Super.
Not stressful at all.
Actually, I don't envy you guys put the campaign together at all. I wouldn't know where to begin.
It's a lot. I've been learning a lot. I started picking it up. I think I've helped you with the last couple, and then this one. And it's just, I don't know how Lori did it for all this time and didn't just snap and cut a bitch after she was done, because like it is tedious.
It's really tedious, yeah. And unfortunately, like as they keep adding more functionality, which is really cool, but as they add more functionality, they've added more shit to do. So we have to add more graphics at more different dimensions, because of course they don't add like something that automatically resizes shit.
Yeah.
So you have to make your own graphics at all the right dimensions, so the book doesn't get stretched or squished, and that's, so they've made it better and more functional, but not for the user at all.
I'm hoping when people start, because the new stuff that they're adding, like I'm hoping that when we and others comment about, hey, this is great, but can you make it the same dimension as the other thing so that we don't have to spend an extra half an hour in front of our computers making graphics for every single cover. You know, that's just for comics. I can only imagine how annoying it is for other non-comic Kickstarters, depending on what they are. But just, yeah, it's a thing. So we had the Ian inks, and we had the cameos. You can get the regular cameo, and then you can get the naughty cameo, which I don't have a picture of because you can't put that on Kickstarter. They don't
Yeah.
like it when you do that.
After experiencing the cameo stuff come through for the Unthinkables, I'd love to be on a fly on the wall when the stuff starts coming in for the cameo release.
I would like to try to keep a level of control with what is sent. Like, we don't need to see you naked. We're just gonna take some guesses on that. I feel like we don't.
Trust us, we'll make you look good.
We promise we'll make you look good. We don't need we don't need detailed nudes.
Yeah, maybe we should put that in the description for that tier. just to let people know, you don't have to send us a naked picture. We don't need
I
that.
definitely will for the survey.
Just think of all the fun you miss there.
Oh, that's fair.
The proliferation of without being rude, slightly obese men of a certain age. Who wouldn't want to see?
I mean, as a woman
That
who
was
grew
the
up
point
in
where
the age
we all go, I wouldn't. But none of us did.
I've
Oh,
seen
God.
over the years, like I'm sure that Lori and Katie, you can agree with me here, or empathize. Like as somebody who grew up as a female who grew up in the age of the internet, as like women get sent stuff we don't want to see all the time. And
I can imagine.
I actually used to have I mean, I don't anymore, but like I used to keep a collection of them on my computer because then my friends and I don't know if I ever showed Katie because it's. I don't know if I ever showed either of you guys. Now I'm thinking about it, but like I had a whole folder of just pictures that guys just unsolicited sent, and then we could, you know, whenever we were in a particular mood, we could pull that out and laugh at them.
I don't. It's not been so much the pictures with me, but I've certainly been sent some weird descriptions. Like there was one guy on Facebook who just messaged me in, like out of the blue and just said, "I want to jizz in your shoes." Don't know who it was.
Oh, what? So there was no lead up to that. Just like
No,
that was
the whole content of the message, and I'm like,
I'm flattered.
okay.
I don't want you to jizz in my shoes because my shoes are expensive and I like them and I don't want that. How do you explain that to the dry cleaners?
Look, you have all the sympathy in the world for me. Look, I've had some stuff sent to me, so if I can get it as a man of a certain age, I dread to think what you can get.
I'm curious about what your level of I don't know. Do you call your level of celebrity minor or mid tier or like
super minor?
I think that there's that has you got that going for you. That means that you're gonna get some unsolicited stuff from what I hear, and
yeah.
So that affords you the weirdness, I guess.
Oh yeah, I get weird shit. Going back to a previous live stream on something in the conversation. And I don't know if you guys remember the whole thing in the shower commission conversation. I found it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I need to see that.
And actually,
can you? Yeah. Wait. Can you?
Yeah. I'll find it again and send it. So even tends to be even worse. I came across another artist about a week or so ago who'd been asked to do exactly the same thing.
Probably by the same person.
I mean,
Oh God,
I'm not...
yeah, it's super specific. Okay? Honestly, there's only one person who asks for this stuff, and I know it's on his bathroom wall.
I'm not surprised by it, but like at the same time, it's just like I'm like, I want to see. It's like I don't want to see. I gotta see. That's the problem. It's like I need to see. I don't want it. Nope. Most people don't want that, but like I gotta.
But
I can't know that it exists and not see it.
Almost in the kind of the same vein as the conversation we were having about the Hearteater cover. I looked at it and I'm going, oh, this is a few years old now. I'm really not keen on the art on that now. I can do so much better. That was the thought process going through my head.
So are you gonna?
No.
I gotta say I'm a little disappointed now.
So it's not going to be one of these pieces that you revisit as a later date to try and like show you can do better.
So our next nudie book is gonna be about the Hulk and the
Honestly, Katie, there's so much stuff I would do on that topic. So much stuff. But not this. Once was it. Let's just say we had a conversation and Katie wasn't there for this one. But it's basically a fully new Hulk and a fully new Thing fighting in the shower. Yeah, see? Yeah.
Hey, naturally, you.
Yeah.
Right.
Happens every day. Anyway, we're getting off the topic here. It just
really
occurs to me.
crazy.
It's just interesting because, like, why that? Like, why not just have them having sex? Like, is it they're going to have sex after this fight that's implied that's it's so interesting. Like psychologically, like why that specifically?
I have no idea. Did I tell you about the follow-up one?
What was that?
There was another completely different one. The same guy asked for. It's this one rather than being a pen-up, it's a sequential page, and a couple of old, really sort of 90s Rob Liefeld image characters in a locker room. Post shower, comparing.
Huh.
But it gets so just to add another dimension to that, the two characters, one's called Troll and the other's called Badrock. So Badrock is like this 7-foot guy essentially made out of concrete. And Troll is a 4-foot version of Wolverine. Yeah, the look on Laurie's face. Yeah, exactly that.
I'm just okay.
Yeah.
You know, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, I have a scan of that too. I have no reason why I scan this. I have no idea why I scan these things.
It's so interesting.
And like I said, compared by the fact that they get sent off, and then I get a photo a couple of weeks after the fact of them framed and on his bathroom wall.
Because where else would you put it?
That's a terrible place to put a painting, though, because all the dampness in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
See, these are the things we think about. None of the reasoning or the rhymes behind the thought process of why you want these things. You go, the moisture's going to get stuck. It's going to ruin it.
All that hard work.
Yeah, maybe it's just got really good lacquer on it.
Maybe he likes looking at it whilst he's in the shower. Who knows?
Did
Okay,
you use different paper to make it because
Nope.
you knew it? Did you know it was going to be in the bathroom? So no, you didn't. Okay.
Welcome to my world.
think
I'm a little disappointed. I don't really have any weird requests at the moment. It's all quite straightforward. And there was
help
things
out with that if you're
yeah,
missing
thanks. So
something.
when I got into the room and I caught part of the conversation, it instantly sent me back to Aquaman riding a panda. I've done that before.
A panda? What? Why a panda? They're not aquatic.
Look, I'm really conscious that I'm taking things off conversation on topic here, but that, like Casey, that's another story. I'm
Like
sure I told you about that.
Like a polar bear would make more sense than a panda, but you know.
Okay, so
Pandas
I'm at
are
a
cuddly, though.
convention in London about, about 5 years ago. And it's a 3-day show, and a very nice couple come up to see me on a Friday. Ask if I'm doing sketches of the show and stuff. Would I do something on a blank sketch cover? Yeah, of course, no problem. So then they proceed to have a conversation between the pair of them. They've got this big satchel full of blank sketch covers, and going through, well, we had one of those, had one of those. We haven't had an Aquaman yet. Okay, so they pull this out. Would you be okay drawing Aquaman riding a panda? Sure, why not? Yeah. I'm having a quiet day, let's go. So, yeah, and then the question, how long are you here for? We're here for the weekend. Do you want to pick it up tomorrow? Yeah, great. I'll do it in the hotel room tomorrow. So do it. That's fine. I'm actually quite pleased with it. There's no rhyme or reason behind the fact that I'm riding a panda, as opposed to a seahorse or indeed a panda bear. No, just a panda. But the best part was when they came to pick it up next day. So I'm drawing away on the table and look up, I see them coming. And when she's walking in front, and they're both now in cosplay, and she's dressed in the leather Harley Quinn outfit from the Arkham games, red black thing, and she's holding a chain. And the chain goes to a collar, which is around her husband's neck, and he's dressed as Slave Leia. And he was a very hairy man. A very, very hairy man. Yeah.
Wow.
Did you
That's
ask
amazing.
for a picture?
Do you know what I think I do
No, one
somewhere?
of those ones where you take the picture of them smiling, holding their commission.
Yeah. Oh, can I take a picture of you with the commission thought going through my head? I have no interest in seeing you hold the commission. I just want a picture of the parent.
Right.
So, yeah.
I
That's
mean,
amazing.
I feel some admiration for these people whom I've never even seen, because
Mhm.
that's
Difference?
a statement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh,
I'm
guys,
not sure
you
what
hit 50
statement it's
backers.
making, but it's making some statement.
Oh my word. Past 50, I'm just looking at the screen, past $1,500.
Yeah.
Not bad. 50 backers.
50 backers. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. And let's be honest, it's a slightly weird thing as well. It's kind of like it's late here and still quite early there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Still 20 days ago as well.
Has anybody established like the right time of day or the right day of the week to launch a Kickstarter? Like, does that exist? Like, you know how there's a right day of the week to buy a plane ticket or whatever? Tuesday's
typically good, just because Monday, like, everybody's really busy catching up on shit, and then you don't really want to launch later than that because then you're closer to the weekend, and the weekend you're also going to get less traffic. So Tuesdays, late Monday or Tuesday are usually better, but time-wise, I don't think it really matters. There's some people who launch at midnight, which I don't really like because then you can't control. First of all, like half the people in the U.S. aren't going to be awake, but like you can't really control anything if you launch it at midnight and then you go to bed. Like I disagree with that strategy, but I know there's people that do it for sure.
I think I have too much anxiety for that strategy too. Like I need to
I just
watch it
never
for a
sleep.
little while.
Yeah, I just wouldn't sleep if I'd launched something. I'd just be like staring like, God.
Yeah,
Right.
and then you just be mad for like the next 4 days because you, yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? Actually, I started thinking, oh well, maybe it depends on sort of where the majority of your audience is, but I figure everybody's got to have a worldwide audience to a certain degree when the launching campaigns, you know?
Right.
It's not like, for instance, say we did the live stream and we were talking about trade specifically. You know, a bunch of that's going to be UK focused and maybe European focused and whatever. But I don't think it particularly counts when you launching a campaign, does it? Because there's always going to be somebody awake and somebody asleep somewhere in the world at whatever time.
Yeah.
Right.
Very true.
And I would like to point out this is water.
That's not very pirate themed. It should be rum.
I feel like I'm letting the side down like I do.
What color is rum?
It's
Is rum
like a
brown?
darker whiskey. Like
This is how much alcohol I consume. I don't know what color rum is, and it's a pretty
it depends.
common
You,
spirit.
yeah, you can get like white rum as well. I think. Yeah, that's like you tend to mix that with pineapple, sort of flavored stuff, or coconut. Or there's like the really dark ones that are kind of like the color of cola.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a great one called Kraken, and it has like a proper Kraken on the bottle. And I drank like half a bottle in one night once and immediately regretted it. Because
my very favorite supermarket displays of alcohol are the Kraken ones because they have the big cutout tentacles and things just all over the place, and it's this huge. I wanted to ask one of the stores if when they are done with that, if can I have it, and then I was like, where would I put it? I don't have space for this, but I would find a place to put it.
As your background, instead of the bricks, just have a great big like tentacles, like a Kraken coming behind
And
you.
there's shelves in there too, so you could store shit. It's like it's functional too.
I like how you're reasoning this out there.
Well, it's functional and attractive.
I once found
That's my whole life. It needs to be functional and attractive.
I once found a rum bottle in the shape of a dodo, and I really wanted just for the bottle because it's just like this little dodo with a gold beak.
And you didn't get it?
No, it's expensive.
I
said you
Why
tried
do
it later.
all stuff expensive?
I'm an artist. I can't afford expensive stuff.
Yeah.
That's how it is. I've tried to get more than one person to buy a specific, like if they're going into the store to purchase alcohol, I've tried to get them to purchase a specific kind because it's got a cooler bottle than the others.
Yeah,
And it never
I do
works. Nobody's ever thinking about me when they're buying alcohol for themselves.
I feel like I'm really letting the side down here. It's rapidly approaching 8 years since I've been able to drink. We've had this conversation before about make it like my body's some kind of temple and stuff like no alcohol, no tea, no coffee. I'm sat here at 11 o'clock at night drinking water.
Well, so am I, but like I'm thirsty, so that's the only reason it's water.
Right. See, I'm going to bring it back on topic and stuff now, and I'm going to ask you, ladies. So, what's plans going forward for Hearteater now? Are we talking more issues? And...
Yeah, I mean, what I have in my head could probably go for quite a while.
Okay.
So if people continue to enjoy it, we're going to keep making it. So it's a nebulous plan. It's not like a Paul Hanley, like 52 issues, every single issue's already written in my head kind of scenario.
No. Scenarios are like Paul Hanley scenarios.
Yeah, I can't do that. So there definitely will be more. It's not a one shot. It's just a matter of kind of seeing how people like it, how it does, and then I'll just keep writing it. And we'll have we'll probably have offshoots where some of the side characters get their own adventures, and there's going to be a lot of characters and scenarios and adventures to play with. So it should be really fun.
I'm curious. We should talk to Paul about this because there's at least Warp Hustler. There's potential for crossover there, and that would be funny if that happened. But crossover to any of our other titles would be fun. And I know we were talking about we have some not yet announced stuff that we were talking about crossovers for, and it would be fun. It would be fun to see just exactly how many we can stick this, the sexy pirate who's, I mean, it's not like the whole plot of the book is not sex, but like that's why it's different than the other stuff that we've done, right? So
we'll have to do a fish. Like Fish sometimes puts like Virgil in like tiny little places in the back of his other comics, or like other characters. So we'll have to start putting like other characters just in the background, see if anyone spots them.
We can totally do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. That sounds fun, and I don't know why we haven't done that before. Like, I don't know why it took Fish doing a anthology piece for Cthulhu that made me go, we should do that sometime.
And there's definitely dimensional magic, or there will be at some point. So I'm sure we could mess around.
Yeah, this fantasy is there's magic and stuff in it too, right? And I mean, we talk about the sarcastic Raven companion right there. How do you know if the Raven's sarcastic? But it's because he's not just a bird. He's her companion. So
we have a sarcastic corvid that lives near us because I don't know why, but it has a different call to everybody, all the others, and the other ones just sound normal. But it sounds like it's laughing at you, and it's like I can't remember what we were doing, but something went wrong, and this bird just flew over going ha 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 ha. It's like,
that seems like something a raven would do.
It absolutely does.
Yeah, it's a rook, but it just sounds like it's like sarcastically laughing at you every time it calls. It's really funny.
Nice.
Maybe it is.
No, I have a. I think that I have more negative experiences with birds than I've had with positive experiences. So, I feel like that would make me uneasy. The bird laughing, like something bad's gonna happen.
Very ominous.
I mean, that's like my number one story from visiting England is the fucking swan that attacked me. Chased me and wanted my sandwich. That's all he wanted. Son of a bitch. And then like everybody's got a story about a angry goose.
Yeah, geese have anger issues, but swans are all like bluff. Like if you actually stand your ground, they usually just give up and like change their minds. But not so much geese. Geese will just bite you.
Well, I mean, I learned that if you launch a sandwich into the face of the swan, they will leave you alone. So that's my plan going forward.
Sandwich cannon.
Yeah, just like, yeah. You know, and like everybody in that park, they just watched. Nobody helped me. Nobody helped the dumb American who was being chased by a swan.
I did get bitten by one. When I was a kid, I did get bitten by one because I had food, and they'd been fed by other people, so they were expecting food, so they just kind of like bit me. But to be fair, I was like the same height as a swan at that point.
All right, serious question: can you be bitten by something that doesn't have teeth?
Yes.
Did it hurt?
Have you ever been bitten by a duck? That's such a strange experience.
I mean, well, okay, so a couple of months ago, we rescued some ducklings off the street, and they bit us, and it was just funny because, you know, their little beaks are like that big, so it just kind of tickles. It doesn't do anything.
It doesn't even hurt when they're adults either.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good to know for future.
But geese have
they're
got like
turd
really
machines. That's what I learned. I didn't appreciate exactly how much poop these things can make.
Yeah.
Our bathtub, we put them in the bathtub for a couple of days while we waited for the wildlife rehabilitation people, because of course it happened on a Friday night and nobody was open till Monday, and so we had them in our bathtub all weekend long, and it was just turd apocalypse in there. It was so gross. But I'm glad that we put them in the tub, because then we could just take them out and like rinse all the poop down the drain. It's so gross though.
Somebody who's never experienced any kind of bird violence.
Well, I used to keep lovebirds, and they will just rip you to shreds.
Good to know.
Yeah. They're like mini velociraptors that are about like that size. They're so small, but yeah, they really can bite like really hard.
I got not a waterfowl, but I got my hair pulled out by a barn swallow before when I was a kid.
Ooh.
That was a thing. But yeah, turns out if you get too close to their nests, they will get angry and they will do increasingly violent things to you until you walk away. And then they will take your hair, and I know this because at the time I think it was pink, but I had like a really weird color in my hair when they pulled the hair out, and then they fucking built it into their nest. So it was like they were displaying it like a head on a pike. This is what happens if you get too close.
That's okay.
That's what they do.
I'm trying to think of what else we could talk about.
Just those 3 messages in the chat, old ones or new ones. It's not on my phone here, so it's not exactly the easiest thing for me to follow.
Let's just get rid of this guy.
Yeah.
There we go.
Look at it going up though.
I like the.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
We're at almost 2 It's fun. Okay, so it's not as fun as the time. So it was Ian. It was your book, and then it was right after that, Miss Medusa. That we actually sat here and watched it fund while we were on stream, and that was pretty cool. And I think we got a little spoiled there, because after it happened twice in a row, we kind of were like, why isn't it happening a third time?
Mm-hmm.
I think mine's an exception to a rule in a way, because there's a familiarity, and the stuff looking at mine, you know, it was all pretty pictures of characters that people knew. so it's an easy point to invest in and stuff. Where a brand new book, brand new characters, I think that's always a tougher sell for people. So I just kind of, I think it's doing damn well so far.
I think the artwork speaks for itself, though. It's just such a beautiful comic. I mean, those pages, especially like the, is it page? The last one that we've shown with the sexy page. They're just such. It's so beautiful. I mean, I just when he first saw it, I was just like sat there admiring all the actual like tension between them. Yeah, the expressions as well.
Yeah,
So,
I'm excited for the rest of it. Like as and carrying on too. I think that you're right on the money there. Like Kari's doing a great job with the expressions and the telling us what's going on without any words.
Yeah, and I really wanted the art. I wanted the interior art to be as good as the covers. I don't like being like getting these expensive covers and opening the book and being really disappointed by what's inside.
I've seen that with other comics. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I won't mention my name again, but the company that I've worked for on covers for 3 years is exactly that. And it does have an effect. Like, I take those books to cons and have them for sale, and people will pick them up to look at them. And I've got this little spiel that once they're a couple of pages in, I always say, oh, by the way, it's just my art on the cover. And I would say 90% of the time it's followed by, okay, thank you very much. Turn 1 or 2 more pages, close, put the book down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of like, it's a bit of a disappointment if you've got a really good cover, but the internal art's not up to much. It's
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, all of the interior art, the storytelling, that's what takes up the bulk of the book, isn't it? So you want exactly that. You want the quality of the interiors to reflect what might be on the cover. Sure, cover, might draw people in the first instance, but it's the interiors that make people stay.
I noticed when I first got into this industry and I first started doing cons with books, that was one of the things that seemed to surprise people, was that I would show them our book and they would flip through it and they'd be surprised that the art inside was as good as the cover. And it didn't occur to me that wasn't standard, I guess. Yeah,
and maybe even so more so for kind of like sexy books, if you like. Even if you look at like some of the stuff like Umbrella, and how many years Umbrella have been going, and the quality of the interiors doesn't always match who they employed for the covers.
I backed, what was it? Vampire Today. It was a more recent one, and the internal art was really good in that. But I think it was like a special edition version of it or something. I'm not sure. I need to go back and look at it again, really.
I was going to say something and I lost track of what I was going to say. Crap.
Well, whatever it was really, really important and interesting.
It must have been. Someone bought your art, Ian, so Ian's inks have been sold.
What?
Wow. That was
Sorry,
fast.
guys.
Okay. Thank you.
We broke 2,000.
Thank you, Paul Mickelson, for grabbing those Ian inks. You won't regret it. If they're going to look amazing.
Yeah. Normally, we kind of do something like this, and I go, oh yeah, I know who's bought that. But thank you, Paul. I don't think we've met.
Cool.
But those inks are beautiful, so they've got a good bargain there.
Thank you.
Yeah, they are.
We'll have to do some more of them then, won't we?
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
I could do some inks, but I don't usually do line art, so it might take me a while.
Yeah, your art's like super gorgeous.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Katie drives me crazy because she just like puts a bunch of blobs of paint all over the place and then she turns it into this gorgeous portrait. It's
Like,
that?
how do people do that? How does that work? That's magic.
It is. Yeah, and then
It's-
she's all like, "Your line." I show her one of my comparatively shitty little sketches, and she's like, "Your line art's so good." And I was like, "What?"
I find line art
This
really
can't.
hard. Yeah, it's because it's completely the opposite of how I learned to draw. So it's like I find it really. I can do it really slowly. I think Laurie would probably like knock out a whole comic in the space of time it takes to do like one page for me. Because if I had to do it in line art, because I'm just like really slowly drawing it. But I think that's because I've got dysgraphia. So like my brain and my hands don't communicate very well. So like my handwriting is just all over the place. I'll write. It's not it's not dyslexia. It's just like wires getting crossed. So I'm surprised I can paint the way that I can, because like if I'm handwriting, I'll write letters in the wrong order, or it'll put random capital letters and stuff in it. And it's just like some things like taking control of the pen and doing weird, like trying to make me do strange things. And it doesn't happen when I'm drawing, which is weird. But I think something like line art is harder for me.
Isn't it?
It's probably related to
It's
that.
been like a long time kind of focusing on one particular style. Even the thought of trying something different, and I like colour scares the bejesus out of me. I wouldn't know where to start from. But not do as good a job as I'd like to. But then, that's been 20 years drawing comics. I think I know what to do by now.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with learning to do something new is you've kind of got to accept that you're going to suck at it to start with. It's like,
I don't want to suck at it to start with. I want to immediately be excellent at it. Okay.
I'm good at this shit. Why can't I instantly be good at everything else?
Exactly.
It's like me learning Blender, which is that's a new thing that I'm doing, and like I'm terrible at it to start with, but I'm getting better slowly. But but like if you actually see the wireframes, it's not good. I'm getting better at correcting the mistakes, but you got to.
You could totally fool me about that either way, because I have not really looked at a lot of wireframes, so I don't know what a good one's supposed to look like. So
yeah,
you're not gonna get any criticism from me on that one. Nope.
But I am enjoying it. But it's interesting that like learning the 3D stuff kind of is making me better at doing the 2D drawing. I'm not sure why, but like when I was doing life drawing the other week, it was so much easier. And of course, doing things like the cover for Hearteater, it's like Laurie asked me to do a nude version as well as a colored version. I'm like, well, that's fine, because I'm using like a nude life model anyway as a reference. So I just drew that and then put clothes over the top on a different layer. It's
Right.
cat.
Hi, cat. Hi, Jack.
I've never ever been to a live drawing class.
They're pretty good, actually. It kind of teaches you how bodies look in really odd positions and like foreshortening, and I intentionally sit in place in awkward positions just so that it's like you learn how to draw those like a head upside down, or the stuff that's kind of in a weird angle. It's interesting, and it's kind of like quite encouraging for body positivity as well, because you kind of realize that everyone's got like cellulite and wobbly bits and stuff that tends to get photoshopped out of stuff on online images.
How did you learn to draw anatomy without life drawing, Ian?
Just kind of from books and stuff. And everybody, like at least most comic artists and a lot of sort of artists in general know stuff like Hogarth books. And there's a lot of anatomy stuff in there, and even look, it's just my Bible, how to draw comics the Marvel way. You know, it's all stuff in there, and the biggest lesson, doing the stuff, actually drawing comics sequential pages, because it makes you do stuff that you wouldn't necessarily just choose to do. Like if you sat down and said, "Oh, I'm going to draw something," you probably just draw like a face or something like that.
Yeah.
But drawing comic sequential pages doesn't let you do that, unfortunately, and it makes you draw weird shit like people busting through a railing, swinging on a rope, and all sorts of stuff. And if you're drawing a book that's written by Paul Henry, God knows you draw some weird shit.
I've done some of it, so yeah, I know.
But I've learned far more working for you than I did before I started working for it. Just because it does that, it makes you do stuff you have to do, stuff you have to congregate.
Yeah. It's all about the practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, and with comics, you have to be able to do it pretty quickly too, or like you just will not make money.
Yeah.
We'll bless that.
Yeah, that's where I'm. It's like, yeah. I'm in awe watching watching Fish's live stream and watching him just bust out a whole freaking like the pencils on a whole page in the space of an hour or less, and like usually it's much less, and he'll start the inks and sometimes finish them, and just.
I'm sure he's a lovely gentleman, but instantly I hate him.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, Fish is
It
lovely.
was like I don't even know how. It was like I can't. My brain can't even. I can't even envision it, and like I can't wrap my brain around it enough to be jealous of the skill, because I'm just like how.
Wasn't Dee faster though when we did the Battlefish?
You know,
Very slightly, I think.
I think she might have been. Yeah, I think she. Yeah, like it. Yeah, both of them. That fuck them both. They suck. Assholes. You know, they. It would be really easy to be jealous and dislike them if they weren't both such cool people.
Oh, they're lovely, both
They
of
are
them.
They are both very cool and extremely skilled, and it's
quite frankly,
so conflicting.
That just makes it worse.
That's what I'm saying. It's so hard because I want to hate them because they're so good at what I want to be good at, but I can't because they're nice. Holes.
It's interesting. I've no idea kind of what my speed is now, because I've gotten out of certain things that I'm doing a lot more stuff now that I'm inking my own stuff all the way through to inks. I used to know that you kind of have to be, if you're doing like a monthly book or whatever, 20 odd pages, you kind of got to hit that page in a day to a day and a half. Page of sequential.
I suppose you don't want to compromise too much with like quality and when it's speed as well. But like when you do it as fast as Fish, it's like because he's been doing it for such a long time. He's probably like he probably wasn't as fast as that when he first started. But yeah, he's just. I wish I could draw that fast. Like instead of drawing every single feather filament. Yeah.
And you think watching those live streams like that'll make you better? No, it won't. It won't. You still have to do the work. It sucks.
It's genuinely something I'm trying to work on in a minute. Is getting quicker. I think I genuinely have to 2 or 3 criteria you're supposed to have to work in comics, at least as an artist. You're supposed to be either good, nice to work with, or quick. And you supposedly have to have 2 of those.
Okay.
Makes sense.
That's like the relationship one of a single sane attractive, pick 2.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll get back to you on that one.
Well, we've been on here for kind of a while now, and
Yeah.
I think that first of all, $2,500. Thank you, everybody. If anybody here has any questions that they have for Katie or Ian or Lori or me, now's the time, because I think we're gonna wrap it up here in a minute.
Yeah.
I do want to say, I did mention this earlier. Tomorrow, I think it's at 8 o'clock Eastern. Should probably find that out. Chat and Draw with Mike Watson, and that's going to be on the Agents of Geekdom channel. So if you don't follow those, you should. And it's Agents of Geekdom everywhere. And Thursday, we're going to be on a Stoked podcast with Javon, and we're going to
I was thinking it was. Yeah.
We're gonna do. We were working with Fueled by Weird, but we don't have anything nailed down for that yet. But so this week we have 2 more shows that you can come and oh my god, you guys, Mike is so freaking excited to get to draw this sexy picture today. He is so excited for this. So
It's
have
another
to watch.
time he's gonna have to try and make a gun, because he always has to draw a gun for Laurie.
Oh, yeah.
I said, I don't know what your comfort level is with drawing, but there are multiple characters, and even you can just draw the fully clothed sexy characters if you want to. I don't. And he's like, no, I'm drawing a sexy character. He's like, and I said, and there's also a bird. He's like, I don't want to draw a bird. I always have to draw birds. I want to draw a sexy character. And so I'm like, I am gonna let you go to town on that then. And that's What's that?
It was been telling me it's Thursday, but then I realised it is Thursday for me because it's at 1. I think it's at 1 in the morning for me. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I shared it. I think it's all been shared on everything that's been announced has been shared, and I literally just locked down Thursday with Javon, so you're hearing it for the first time here. And that's at 8 Eastern. So if you want to come watch us there, and I'm sure we're going to be doing a few more here before the campaign is done. So, just watch. If you don't already follow, if you're not already friends with one of us on Facebook, it's just go to our channel go to our page, our Laguna Studios Facebook page, because we'll put it all there too. And and the shirts. We are still. I was gonna do 2 weeks on the shirt orders, the shirt pre-orders. But I forgot, so I kind of was like, now you get more time to buy a shirt if you want to. And it's just, that's getting you a cool shirt and getting us a little starter money. So you're helping us get this new thing going and off the ground here. And we appreciate it, and we hope that you all will very much enjoy your shirts when you get them. Kind of surprised that so many people have. I mean, obviously the dark colored shirt, the charcoal colored shirt is the one that everybody was after, but I'm kind of surprised at how many people wanted the yellow shirt.
Yeah.
So obviously that's the one that I wanted. They all look really good though. It was hard to choose what colors to put them on because that fucking logo looks pretty good on everything. It's a problem. I don't know who designed that thing, but they did a damn good job.
Who could that have been?
No idea.
I don't know. Some talented graphic designer.
So, so I guess, do we have anything else that we need to announce? I feel like we're missing something. If you have any questions that happen after this show is no more live, no longer live, you can still put them in the comments because we'll still see them and we can answer them. Or you can go to our Facebook page or Instagram and ask there. Or you can, back us on Kickstarter and then ask a question on Kickstarter. You have to back, I think, to ask a question, though, don't you? I think you do.
I'm not sure.
Why wouldn't people want to back it?
I don't know. I don't know. Somebody who doesn't like boobs wouldn't want to back it, I guess.
It's like Laurie would get like all straight or something for a minute then.
I don't know why you wouldn't. Even if you don't.
No,
Actually, I've been messing around back here looking at like the backer report because I can see who backs it, and I've seen some women backing it, which makes me happy because like I think women will actually also enjoy this book.
I think we're underselling that. This thing was made almost completely like it's the story and the art is all women. Like there's the like Ian did a cover and Brian's doing the editing, but he's not writing anything. Like this is a women did this.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. I know. Say for instance, on my Facebook page, a bunch of people have already seen my cover when Laurie posted. But when I posted it again, was it yesterday? I think the first 7 people to react in any way, shape, or form to it were all women.
Yeah, that makes me really happy.
Yeah, women like seeing this stuff too, though. I mean, especially when it's like well written and it's not just some of the terrible dialogue that you see with like some of the other stuff that's out there. Right,
women like erotica, like we all do, and so I wanted to make something that I was pretty sure women and men would like. That still has these fun, I guess, gratuitous covers, but they're still.
No,
yeah, I don't know.
It's interesting, like mentioning the likes of Zinska again. Me doing guest slots on their stand when they come over for London shows. I would say it's probably 50-50, not 60-40 audience-wise in favour of women coming and buying stuff. Particularly, like, interestingly enough, they do these huge collections, and when I say huge, they're like this thick. We're talking family directory kind of stuff. They're like $90 to buy, and I'd say 80% of the audience buying there is a female audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. So
I don't know where the whole women don't like porn thing came from, because if it's we don't like the stuff that's meant for men. Like that's the stuff we don't care about.
The people who say that have clearly never been on Tumblr.
Right, that's true.
Yeah,
and
like the vast majority of the like the quite sexy RPs on there, like the role playing stuff is pretty much all women. I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, last minute comment here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we're trying to make like the book actually good. The interior art is fantastic, as well as the covers. It's well written. You should really enjoy it. It's not just there for looks.
Yeah,
there's substance
it's a lot
too.
for looks. Looks and substance. Yes, exactly. And pirates. I think that there were a couple of people that were like, "I'll buy it because you said pirates." So
yeah, if you like pirates, if you like fantasy, if you like Dungeons and Dragons, that anything in that realm, if you like badass ladies, pretty much anything, any of those four a combination, you'll probably like this.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think the scope for doing quite a few more stories in this story world as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could go for a while. I got the yeah. We could put her on a ton of adventures. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to keep going with this. It's fun. It's really, really challenging a lot of things that I don't do very often. Like, helping somebody else make their story is it's a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun. It's in doing stuff that you don't do very often, like trying to come up with dialogue, for example, was a challenge, and it was fun. Working together with everybody was fun.
That's a big thing, especially for me. It's kind of dialogue in a book. It can take you from kind of like an okay, decent book to a really good book.
Yeah, and I find it quite hard 'cause, I do a lot of I've done like bits of writing over the years, quite a lot. I mean, Laurie's read some of my writing as well, but it's really different from this because I tend to write in a very a descriptive way, whereas in this, it's the pictures are already describing everything, and you've got to sort of get the dialogue to go with the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And like too much dialogue is bad in this in this particular medium.
Yeah, because if it's too much, then it just blocks the artwork out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be rescued by a sexy, gorgeous pirate? Exactly.
That's what I thought. Exactly. I think we're definitely going to have kind of side series too with like favorite characters. I have a few ideas for other characters that I think everyone's really going to like.
I would think it's going to be interesting then, especially once it kind of makes it into people's hands, then finding out which characters are people's favourites, like which ones are really hitting hard for people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's never.
Yeah, I'm going to be curious.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I always think back to Hot Breast Pharaoh's Gold, like the best character in there, the one that everybody liked the most is the fucking cat, and it's on like 2 pages.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how that goes.
Yeah, it's never who you think it's gonna be. It's almost never who you expect. The favorite character is almost never who you expect.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's just this is such a fun story that it's I mean it helps get your brain going to coming up with more stuff. So and we have a lot more ideas coming up here. And I do, so I know Katie already offered another cover, but Ian, are you ready to do another nudie cover?
Yeah.
Awesome.
We've corrupted him.
It really doesn't take much. This is the thing as well. I mean, this is Laguna's flagship title as well.
Yeah.
Just happens that the flag is a Jolly Roger. Or skull and crossbones.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I agree with this. I do a lot of editing, and writers don't want to let go of like a long, rambling, expository things, and it's just you just can't have like the art is what's happening in the comic book. The writing's there to enhance. The lettering's there to enhance it. It's there for dialogue. It's there for sound effects. It's there for, but it's not there to explain everything that you already see is happening. And a lot of people tend to do that, and then need to be like told, hey, like look at the page when you remove that. It looks so much better. It makes sense. It flows.
Yeah. I think that Katie, when you were describing how descriptive your art is or your writing is, that's the thing, is that you have to let the pictures do the talking, and that's probably a really hard thing for an author to let go of. Like imagine being you're doing your art or your drawings and like trying to just do a quick little sketch as a compliment to a like a science book or something. It would be totally different. It's not important, and you can't you can't let it take the focus away from the other stuff because that's not what the focus is supposed to be. It makes
A funny
sense when you
thing,
put
I did try and do a scientific diagram when I was at school because we had like GCSEs in this country, and it's like we were doing, was it biology? I think it was, and he got us to do a like diagram of this plant that he'd brought in, and it is like he gave me a merit for it, but it's like, yeah, it's far too complicated. You could just do it loads more simply than that.
I can think of a few writers that might disagree with how important the phonics work is.
Yeah.
And it is a thing as well. Like, from my point of view, and I'll hold my hand up, I've been tremendously guilty of this sometimes, is trying to make sure you didn't leave enough space in the art. So,
right.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, especially for somebody who draws the kind of style that I draw in, it's very tempting to try and throw the kitchen sink into every single panel and forget that a bunch of it's going to be covered by word balloons and what have you. So,
yeah.
To be fair, though, as somebody who has to cut the panels out an awful lot to make marketing crap, it is nice when there's a lot of detail behind the panel or behind the speech bubbles, because then I can make cooler pieces of marketing.
I do. That's totally why I do it, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, I suppose we better get going because we did say like 10 minutes ago we were going to do that. So, did you think of anything else we have that's stunningly important and we have to mention it now?
Not really. Of course,
Yeah,
if we hit goal, we have some cool stretch goals planned for merch. We're gonna have some mini prints that go to all backers. We're gonna have some metal bookmarks, and the more money we make, the crazier shit we're gonna unlock. So,
Very exciting stuff.
let's fund as soon as possible. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do the thing.
Yeah.
And that's
starting-
go.lagunastudios.net.
Yeah, start head towards the stretch goals, and maybe
Sketch goals are cool too.
maybe I can have a conversation with Sarah and Lonnie about something cool to do for stretch goal as well.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk. So yeah. So first, go fund if you have, or go back if you haven't. Go.lagunastudios.net, and then tomorrow we're gonna be on Chat and Draw, and that's on the Agents of Geekdom. And then Thursday is Stoked Podcast, which I forget the where that is, so I will post it on our Laguna Studios Facebook page. And if you still want a Laguna Studios shirt, it's shirt.lagunastudios.net. Go get it, and all the information you need is on there already, so you can just go look at that. And then, I think that's it. And if it's not, sorry. So, we'll see you next time. And thank you for joining us, and thank you for backing us, and like and share and subscribe and do all that stuff that everybody says to do at the end of the videos. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for being awesome, guys.